week on the Island Times News Update, the Great Gate debate shifts to Jacksonville Beach. Neptune Beach looks at an additional retirement benefit for police retirees, and NOAA proposes an increase in right whale habitat off our coasts. Welcome to the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. The debate over the gate across Lakeside Drive in Jacksonville Beach moved to the Jacksonville Beach City Council this week, with groups of residents who favor opening the gate as well as those who believe it should remain as it is now. The gate is one of only two access points to the neighborhood. The other requires all traffic to enter across the Kings Road Causeway and Bridge, which carries a 10-ton limit. Jacksonville Beach resident Ruth Forrest appeared before the Neptune Beach Council the previous week to ask for help in having the gate open more frequently or on a permanent basis. Forrest was among the speakers at the Jacksonville Beach meeting Monday, and she presented petitions to the council asking that the gate be removed. Jacksonville Beach resident Pat Howley said he has personally had an experience where the locked gate has caused problems for Jacksonville Beach police.
Another issue was while I was out of town, our alarm system went off in the middle of the night, and it took Jax Beach Police about 15 minutes to show up. Now, I appreciate the other opinions here, but 15 minutes to show up in the middle of the night when police officers have to go through Neptune Beach to get into Jax Beach seems a little ridiculous.
Others, however, said there is already too much traffic driving too fast through the neighborhood with the gate open limited hours. Resident Michael Mays said that the argument that the locked gate made it difficult for first responders to have access to the neighborhood is wrong. And neighborhood resident George Langstaff brought up the land use agreement that says the gate will remain in place until Seagate Avenue is connected across Hopkins Creek. And resident Mary Frozio said that technology should make it possible to give access to sanitation and emergency responders without having to extend the time the gate is open.
Now we could have scanning systems, GPS chips. We could have a combination to the lock, and have certain people have combinations. I called the waste management today who services our neighborhoods. They said they have no problem with passcodes. They handle passcodes every day in residential communities.
As was the case in Neptune Beach, the gate was not an agenda item for Jacksonville Beach, and so there was no discussion among the members of the council. Tuesday, Neptune Beach Mayor Harriet Pruitt said that Jacksonville Beach had made a key available to the Neptune Beach Police Department, which was her primary goal. Residents now have a second place to call should they need access through the gate. The Neptune Beach City Council will consider a plan to offer a 13th check to retired police officers at its next meeting. The council wants to give the money to the retirees because they have not had a cost of living adjustment or COLA in their pensions, and there is money available from taxes collected on insurance premiums that goes into a dedicated fund for that purpose. The money will be presented to the retired officers based on the length of time they've been retired. There's a total of $43,250 in the account, and based on the plan put forward by Councilor John Jolly, the officer who has been retired the longest will receive a check for $11,053.51. The ordinance to be considered at the next regular meeting, March 2nd, would be a one-time disbursement of funds to the retirees. The council will work on a longer-term solution at a later time. Neptune Beach Police Chief David Sembach said that the person who fired several shots at Pete's Bar last Sunday still has not been identified. Sembach said the man had been asked to leave Pete's on Sunday, and when he came back, he was not allowed to re-enter the bar. At that time, he pulled out a gun and started shooting at the ground. One of the bullet fragments injured a bystander in the foot from those rounds. Sembach said that others chased the man down the street, and he fired several more shots in their direction, but did not hit anyone. He said he then got into his car, a white Mercedes, and drove off. The police chief said there are a few leads, and he's hopeful that one of them will lead to an arrest. And Neptune Beach is one meeting away from extending the deadline for businesses to change their tall signs to monument signs to December 31st, 2017. That deadline may not stand, as 3 members of the council said Tuesday night they were in favor of eliminating the hard deadline altogether. However, the council still has to hear from the Community Development Board on how it recommends handling multiple tenant signs at businesses like shopping centers. Striking the hard deadline from the bill will likely come in the form of an amendment to the ordinance later this year. Well, when we come back, NOAA proposes additional right whale habitat off our coastline. This is the Island Times News Update.
Beaches Academy Child Care Center in Jacksonville Beach has been offering affordable, loving child care to families in the Beaches communities for 35 years. Conveniently located on Penman Road, Beaches Academy offers care for children from infants through preschool, with programs that encourage learning and outdoor play. Our affordable tuition means families can get quality child care at a price that fits their budget. Contact Beaches Academy at 246-3885 and schedule a tour of our center. Beaches Academy, the child always comes first. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning in Atlantic Beach offers a full range of residential and commercial heating and air conditioning services, from new installation to replacement and remodeling. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning can keep your home comfortable year-round, and they offer preventive maintenance contracts to keep your system running at peak efficiency. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning is an authorized Bryant dealer and will service all brands. For year-round comfort in your home or business, contact the original Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning at 241-1788.
Welcome back to the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. NOAA Fisheries has proposed to expand the designated critical habitat for endangered North Atlantic right whales in the northwestern Atlantic Ocean to include areas that will support calving and nursing. The area, proposed in compliance with a court order, would expand the critical habitat to nearly 30,000 square nautical miles and include the calving grounds from southern North Carolina to northern Florida. The proposed regulations were filed on Tuesday, February 17th, and at that time NOAA Fisheries began seeking comments on the proposed rule. Comments must be submitted no later than 60 days following publication. Republican candidates for mayor and Jacksonville City Council at-large seats have been invited to speak at the February meeting of the First Coast Republican Club on Monday, February 23rd. Republican mayoral candidates Bill Bishop and Lenny Curry and Supervisor of Elections candidate Mike Hogan are expected to attend. The meeting begins with networking at 6:30 and the program begins at 7. Southern author Jonathan Odell will be at the Bookmark on Friday, February 27th. Odell's new novel, Miss Hazel and the Rosa Parks League, is set in pre-civil rights Mississippi. It's the story of two young mothers, Hazel and Visa, one wealthy and white, the other poor and black, who have only two things in common. Both have suffered the devastating loss of their children, and they share a deep and abiding loathing for one another. Odell will talk about the book and sign copies beginning at 7 p.m. Friday evening. The Great Atlantic Festival is planned for Saturday, February 28th in Jacksonville Beach. Billed as the only oceanfront seafood festival in the Southeast, the Great Atlantic Festival traditionally kicks off the beginning of beautiful beach weather every spring. It's held at the Seawalk Pavilion in Jacksonville Beach. The free festival offers the best in live music, fresh seafood, a festival marketplace, rides, and games for the entire family. The February Artist of the Month at the Adele Grage Cultural Center in Atlantic Beach is Randy Rhodes, a contemporary artist from Jacksonville. The show title is Industrial Naturalism and is a comprehensive display of bas-relief sculpture, abstracts, and other contemporary works completed over the past several years. The public is welcome to view Randy's art Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. Well, the National Weather Service says we can expect much warmer weather this weekend with highs in the 60s on Saturday and in the 70s on Sunday. There's a chance of showers Monday night into Tuesday, and it will be cool again by midweek next week with highs in the 50s on Wednesday and Thursday. The Island Times is always digital, always free at www.theislandtimes.com. Become a subscriber and get updates on news from the Beaches communities delivered right to your email box. And don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. I'm Tom Patton. Thanks for watching.